Tanjiro's reflexes are improving day by day, and now he is on par with Kanao. Inosuke and Zenitsu have also made progress through 24/7's breathing training. The scene shifts to a strange space where the space is distorted by the power of a demon playing the instrument. Today, there will be a meeting where all the lower moon demons will be present. Under the pressure of Mugen, who disguised as a girl, everyone must kneel to the ground. The reason for today's meeting is to address the failure of Rui. Mugen believes that the lower moon demons are too weak and need to consume as many humans as possible. A lower moon demon, in a moment of carelessness, has opposing thoughts without knowing that Mugen can read thoughts. Immediately, he is swallowed by Mugen's right arm, and another demon suffers the same fate. A lower moon demon realizes the worsening situation and tries to escape, but he is captured in an instant. Mugen declares the dissolution of the lower moon demon team and keeps only one of them, as he has a satisfactory answer for Mugen. He is injected with a large amount of Mugen's blood and ordered to kill Tanjiro. That night, the trio of Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu receives a mission notification to go to the scene on the Infinite Train and meet Pillar Rengoku. A secret is revealed that Tanjiro's father was a user of the sun breathing technique, the first breathing technique and considered the most powerful among all breathing techniques. The next morning, Tanjiro accidentally encounters a boy who also passed the final selection, the same batch as Tanjiro. He tries to start a conversation but receives no response. Tanjiro finds and thanks Aoi, and his farewell words touch her heart to some extent. He also seeks out Kanao, where Tanjiro helps her make decisions for herself without relying on coin tosses anymore. She is grateful and moved by that. He doesn't forget to thank Jiu, the first person to stand up to protect him, and Nezuko. The trio bid farewell and set off on their mission. When they arrive, Inosuke is surprised by the sight of a train for the first time and unable to contain his emotions. Crashes into the train. They are then chased by the train station guards and successfully manage to jump onto the train just as it departs. Returning to a day earlier, in recent days, there have been many unexplained murders on the train, so Rengoku decided to investigate the truth. He started a conversation with a woman and their granddaughter who sold meals and asked about the demons. Then he went to a train station which was supposed to be the Infinite Train. He spoke to the station manager and learned that the train was about to depart again tomorrow night. As a gust of malice blew by, Rengoku immediately approached a demon who were attacking the station staff. The demons swiftly attacked Rengoku, but he couldn't retaliate as he was hindered by a hostage. The demon recounted his crimes to provoke Rengoku, and with a single strike of Rengoku's sword, he successfully severed the demon's arm and rescued the hostage. The demon quickly fled and redirected his attack toward the young girl selling meals. Despite being left behind due to doing first aid for the girl, Rengoku caught up to the demon and timely saved the granddaughter. He unleashed a swift strike and decapitated the demon. Suddenly, the elderly woman selling meals recognized a familiar memory flooding back 20 years ago. Shida was saved by someone resembling Rengoku, none other than his father. Dawn approached again, and tonight, the Infinite Train journey would begin. The trio of Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu successfully boarded the train and are searching for Rengoku. They found him sitting and enjoying his lunch boxes, praising the delicious food. Tanjiro introduced his two friends to Rengoku, and Rengoku accepted the fact that Nezuko is a demon. They continued their conversation, and during their talk, Tanjiro asked Rengoku about the Hinogami Kagura dance, but Rengoku seemed unaware of it. Since ancient times, there have been 5 basic breathing styles: fire, water, wind, earth, and thunder, from which other breaths originated. While Tanjiro was contemplating his own style, Rengoku invited him to become the successor of his flame-breathing style. Upon learning about the recent disappearances of demon slayers on the train, Zenitsu became frightened and demanded to escape. However, the ticket inspector arrived and began checking everyone's tickets. The ticket inspector turned out to be strange and, as expected, a large demon suddenly appeared. With just one move, Rengoku blew off the demon's head, but they realized there was another demon on the train and decided to find it. This demon had long limbs, but again, with a single strike, Rengoku defeated the demon. Impressed by Rengoku's strength, the 3 were enthusiastic and desired to become his disciples. Suddenly, all 4 of them faded away, and the scene shifted to another demon who was giving a mission to a few kids. In exchange, he promised to reunite them with their relatives in their dreams through his blood demon technique. In his dream state, Tanjiro found himself lost in a forest and coincidentally encountered his deceased siblings. He immediately embraced them and cried emotionally. The power of this demon was also revealed. His blood demon technique could submerge humans in dreams and destroy their souls by breaking their spiritual core within their dreams. The children influenced by the demon's manipulation also began infiltrating the dreams of the swordsmen through a connecting thread tied to their hands. Tanjiro was completely submerged in this beautiful dream. Zenitsu's dream is not beyond our predictions. He experiences beautiful days with Nezuko. They go through forests and streams happily together. Meanwhile, Inosuke's dream is quite peculiar. In his dream, he, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Nezuko are all transformed into animal forms and explore a cave together. Rengoku meets his father in his dream and informs him that he has inherited his legacy and become a pillar, but his father appears dissatisfied with it. Although he used to train both Rengoku and his younger brother Sanjuro diligently. Here, we also learn about Rengoku's family situation. His mother passed away due to illness after giving birth to Sanjuro, Rengoku's younger brother. A girl successfully infiltrates Rengoku's dream and starts running towards the edge of the dream to destroy the core. The girl discovers the edge of Rengoku's dream, a place extremely hot and covered by flames. She finds the core and begins to act, seemingly successful, but Rengoku, even in his unconscious state, manages to choke her, rendering her unable to move. Returning to Tanjiro, he is still immersed in the illusion and experiences happy days with his family. While fetching water from the stream, he hears his own voice telling him to return to reality, yet he doesn't know how to escape from this dream. Nezuko has now also escaped from the box and is trying to awaken her older brother. With the help of Nezuko's demon blood technique, Tanjiro gradually regains consciousness and starts seeking out the demon. Despite the difficulties, Tanjiro decides to leave this dream of happiness behind and return to reality. The boy, influenced by the demon, has now discovered the edge of Tanjiro's dream. Ironically, it was the dream spirits that led the boy to the core of Tanjiro's mind. Meanwhile, the subconscious realms of Inosuke and Zenitsu posed numerous difficulties for those who entered their dreams. Tanjiro was instructed by his father on how to return, which involved committing suicide within the dream. By doing so, he successfully escaped the dream and then attempted to awaken others, but was attacked by the demon-summoned children. With no other choice, Tanjiro knocked them unconscious. He then entrusted Nezuko with the task of waking everyone up while he went ahead to confront the demon. The demon showed no fear in the face of Tanjiro and constantly taunted him. Tanjiro activated water breathing and lunged forward, but the demon used his blood demon technique to render Tanjiro unconscious. Nevertheless, Tanjiro quickly regained consciousness and continued his assault. The demon's blood technique proved futile against Tanjiro because every time he fell into a dream, he immediately committed suicide to awaken. Finally, after numerous attempts, Tanjiro successfully beheaded the demon. However, instead of dissolving, the demon's body transformed into a larger form. He revealed that this was not his true form as he had merged with the train itself. This meant that all the passengers had now become his hostages. The train started being engulfed by demons due to their large numbers, but Inosuke and Tanjiro arrived just in time to cut them down. However, no matter how much they severed the demons, they could quickly regenerate. At this moment, Nezuko also enlarged herself and fiercely protected the passengers from the demons. For a brief moment, she was apprehended by them, but Zenitsu appeared out of nowhere and rescued her. Rengoku also woke up from his slumber, quickly recognized the situation, and found his way to Tanjiro. A plan was devised with the mission for Tanjiro and Inosuke to locate the demon's neck, while Rengoku, Zenitsu, and Nezuko would protect the train compartments. They split up to carry out their tasks, and Inosuke swiftly identified the demon's position at the front of the train. He launched an attack on the demon's location, but was quickly counterattacked. Tanjiro arrived in time to rescue him. Tanjiro realized that the demon was right beneath his feet, not far away. Inosuke followed suit and sliced through the train floor, discovering the demon's neck. Without hesitation, Tanjiro struck at them, but they immediately regenerated and retaliated. The demon used blood demon technique to try to make both of them fall into a dream state. While Inosuke was immune to them due to his mask, Tanjiro had to continuously strike his own neck within the dream to regain consciousness, nearly harming himself in reality. Fortunately, Inosuke was there in time to stop him. The demon's attacks became increasingly fierce, overpowering Tanjiro and Inosuke in speed and range. They constantly evaded and defended against the onslaught. Eventually, both of them seized the opportunity to counterattack. Inosuke struck the demon, exposing its neck, and Tanjiro immediately utilized the Kagura dance to strike at them. The train was hit by a powerful shock that caused intense shaking and derailed it from the tracks. The demon was completely defeated and gradually dissipated. Tanjiro was temporarily injured and unable to move, so he entrusted the task of rescuing people to Inosuke. Rengoku was present to encourage and help Tanjiro use his breathing technique to stop the bleeding. Just when it seemed like everything was over, suddenly a demon appeared. Through his eyes, we learned that he was upper rank 3, Akaza, one of the members of the Kazuki. He immediately rushed in to finish off Tanjiro, but was swiftly intercepted by Rengoku's burning blade. Despite this, he quickly recovered. The two engaged in a brief conversation, with Akaza urging Rengoku to become a demon, only to be immediately rejected. Akaza activated his blood demon technique, creating a snowflake-shaped barrier around himself, significantly increasing his speed. They clashed at an incredible speed, to the point where Tanjiro couldn't even see their movements. Akaza launched long-range punches in mid-air and injured Rengoku, but he quickly used his flame wall to defend himself. Rengoku decided to take the initiative and attacked Akaza head-on, starting a fierce battle on equal terms. Akaza continuously tempted Rengoku to become a demon, but it only made him angrier. Inosuke and Tanjiro could only stand by and watch, unable to keep up with their speed. After a prolonged fight, Rengoku began to weaken and appeared to be at a disadvantage against Akaza. He unleashed a series of techniques, but Akaza remained unscathed by those blows. Rengoku exhausted himself after unleashing numerous techniques, seemingly reaching the end, but his flames reignited once again. He decided to use a decisive technique to strike at Akaza's neck, with the flames of this technique flowing around his body, thereby increasing the strength of the wielder. He charged forward, creating a dragon of fire and scorching an area. Within that inferno, Rengoku's sword continuously struck Akaza. However, when the flames subsided, Akaza punched through Rengoku's abdomen, and his wounds healed as if nothing had happened. Rengoku reminisced about the memories of his deceased mother, who always loved him and urged him to protect the weak. Returning to reality, he used his sword to strike at Akaza's neck, despite his efforts to escape as dawn approached. But Akaza's body got stuck into Rengoku. Tanjiro and Inosuke also rushed to assist, but he managed to flee into the forest in time. Tanjiro impaled him directly with his sword and did not forget to curse him in his helplessness. Before expiring, Rengoku reminded Tanjiro of the secret of the Kagura dance kept at his home, which he had never read. He also asked Tanjiro to send his greetings to his father and younger brother. He used his remaining breath to thank Tanjiro, Nezuko, and his friends for helping him protect everyone. He had reached his limit. His deceased mother appeared and encouraged him, and he departed with a serene smile on his face. The three couldn't hold back their tears and burst into tears of pain. And that was the recap of Demon Slayer Season 2. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button to support the channel. I really appreciate that. See you again.